Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on Fate Zero's second season on episode 5. Now, this episode right here reminds me a lot of what I used to think back then of nostalgia when I first time watched this series, etc. But who knows what, but if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that it plays a scene where Kiritsugu was a young man, on an island, and it seems like to me he was having a nice time of his life, and it looks like to me that his father was also researching something that involves maybe involving with magic and flowers, and apparently we have to it that Kitty was getting along with some girl named Shirley very well, and it involved with them talking about a couple things about Kiritsugu's father's work, along with many of the people not liking Kiritsugu's father in a certain way. And it seems like to me they think he's a devil in a certain way, or possibly a demon, and people hate him for it. Although there are many rumors about him, hateful rumors about him that should not be true about, but aside from that, we have to it that Kiritsugu and Shirley still hang out with each other in this episode. And of course, Shirley did ask Kiritsugu, what do you want to be when you grow up? And of course, Kiritsugu says that's a secret in a certain way, and they end up having some fun at night. And of course, the next morning, we have to it that Kiritsugu's father asked him, "Hey, did you go to this certain location that I told you not to enter?" And Kiritsugu's like, "No, of course not. What are you talking about?" And he goes "Okay, well, I don't want you to go out to the village today, okay?" And it seems like to me Kiritsugu did not obey, and he ends up trying to look for Shirley. Eventually, he does find her and does find some evidence of what happened to her, etc. But he looks at her in a certain way where she is really being, possibly being side effect by a certain magic or something, which Kiritsugu did not understand, and Shirley asked Kiritsugu to kill her before it's too late. She can't hold back anymore. Eventually, Kiritsugu gets involved with some kind of ugly massacre of people in the village, especially when they are turned into something else, which is later explained that they are known to be vampires. And the woman ends up saving Kiritsugu from being cannibalized or even eaten up by those things called vampires, as she explains it to Kiritsugu and asks him about the source of of the problem. Do you know who's the one that caused all this? And there's two groups of people that she mentions that are killing off all of these dead apostles that are vampires, apparently. One's a mages association, and the other one is the church's executors who defy the will of God. But aside from what's going on here and there, we have to it that Natalia did ask him that question, do you know who's the source of the problem? And eventually, Kiritsugu connected everything together and realizes that his father was behind the dead apostle research, and something about his father. And eventually, Kerry tries to confront his father about this, and his father ends up saying, "Yeah, I was kind of behind all this, and I would not ever use you, etc. Those who can't control their bloodlust in the dead apostle form is a failure." Not to mention, he's trying to find a way how to reach the root of this thing by doing more research. Of course, he knows that some things were about to come in a certain way, so he has a motorboat on the island south from here, and he tells Kerry to get ready to go, But Kerry does not listen and ends up stabbing him, while Kerry did tell, the woman that saved his life that he will take care of him, as it is his responsibility. He ends up killing his father in a certain way as a reason to say, if he survived, then he would have done his dead apostle research somewhere else. And the woman that saved Kiritsugu's life ends up saying that's pretty much a stupid reason or bad, trashy reason to kill your father. I'm going to help you get out of here, and the rest is up to you what you want to do, etc. And we have to it that Kiritsugu and the woman that saved him ends up leaving the island eventually and continues on where to go in the next tomorrow. So this episode starts off with Kiritsugu's past when he was a young kid, etc., and especially how his father became his first kill, etc., stopping him from doing the dead apostle research after what happened and after hearing what's going on. So yeah. So overall, this episode was pretty hectic. It reminds me a lot back then why Kiritsugu couldn't do some kind of certain action to Shirley back then. Although now that I understand it now, it was pretty hard to comprehend. But I don't know what's really bound I didn't know what to think back then when I first time watched the series, but I'll be honest with you, it really freaks me out a bit. So I don't know what else to say about that, but yeah. Until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm off of Zero People. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Right? Peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.